It was a bright morning at the studio of The View, but the atmosphere inside was anything but cheerful. The hosts had just taken their places at the iconic desk. Microphones in position, cameras ready. Joy Behar, known for her quick wit and sharp tongue, was noticeably tense. Rumors had been swirling backstage about an upcoming confrontation, but no one expected it to escalate so quickly. Jonathan Roumie, the guest for today, a beloved actor with a reputation for his calm demeanor, had a topic he wanted to discuss, a deeply personal one about faith and the role of media in shaping public perception. The conversation began politely, with both parties exchanging courteous remarks. However, as Joy pressed for controversial opinions, her questions took on a sharper edge. Jonathan tried to respond with grace, but the repeated interruptions and dismissive laughter from Joy made the atmosphere increasingly uncomfortable. Viewers watching at home sensed the growing tension. Social media buzzed as clips of the early segment went viral, highlighting the clash of personalities. Behind the cameras, the production crew exchanged worried glances. It wasn't just a disagreement. It had turned into a battle of respect, with Joy seemingly intent on undermining Jonathan's points while he struggled to maintain composure. By the commercial break, the room was thick with unease, and everyone knew this confrontation would define the day, or perhaps Joy's future at the show. When the cameras returned from commercial, no one expected the confrontation to escalate further. But Joy Behar was already leaning forward, elbows on the table, ready to strike with a sharpened tone that made even the crew tense their shoulders. Jonathan spoke with his trademark calmness, explaining a point about compassion in media. That was all Joy needed. "Oh, please," she snapped. "You act like you're some modern-day saint. Do you hear yourself?" Jonathan inhaled softly, visibly trying to keep the atmosphere from collapsing. "I don't claim to be anything," he said. "I just believe," Joy interrupted again, louder this time. "No, what you believe is that you know better than everyone else. That's what annoys me." The live audience grew uncomfortably quiet. Even Whoopi, who loves spirited debates, pressed her lips together as if silently pleading, "Joy, stop." But Joy didn't. "Look, Jonathan," she continued, waving her hand dismissively. "You play a holy man on TV, that doesn't make you one." And then it happened, the moment that would be replayed millions of times online. Jonathan's face fell just slightly. Not anger, not defensiveness, but hurt. Real human hurt. He straightened his posture, clasped his hands, and responded softly. "Joy, you don't have to mock me to disagree with me. I'm a guest here. I came in good faith." His voice cracked just barely. Enough for the entire room to feel it. Enough for the internet to explode. Joy froze. She hadn't expected her words to land with such visible impact. The audience murmured. Some hosts shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The clip flooded social media. "Joy humiliates Jonathan Roumie live. Jonathan Roumie stays classy under attack. Joy Behar crosses the line." By the time the segment ended, Joy's face was tight with regret. But her pride kept her silent. The humiliation wasn't just Jonathan's. It was Joy's too, broadcast, recorded, shared, dissected worldwide. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Within hours, The View's official pages were drowning in comments, angry, disappointed, outraged. Many defended Jonathan, praising his patience and grace. Others criticized Joy mercilessly, demanding accountability, apologies, even suspension. Behind the scenes, producers scrambled. Meetings were held. PR teams drafted statements. Joy refused to address the issue on air. The tension backstage was so thick that even interns walked on tiptoe. Jonathan, meanwhile, released a short, graceful message on social media. "I hold no anger. I believe conversations should uplift even in disagreement." His kindness only amplified the contrast, and the pressure on Joy became unbearable. On the third day, Joy Behar walked into the studio with a heavy silence around her. She went straight to her dressing room, closed the door, and stayed there for almost an hour. When she finally emerged, her face carried the expression of someone who had made a final decision. Minutes before the show's live broadcast, Joy handed the producer a folded sheet of paper. "My statement," she said quietly. When cameras turned on, Whoopi opened with her usual intro, until Joy raised a hand. She wanted to speak first. Her voice was steady but tired. "I've been here a long time," she began, And sometimes, we forget the weight of our words. The studio fell silent. I crossed a line last week. I heard a guest who didn't deserve it, and it made me realize something. She breathed in deeply. I think my time here is over. Gasps, shock, people froze. Joy continued. I'm stepping away from the view. I need time to reflect, reset, and relearn what respect looks like when disagreements get heated. It was raw, unfiltered, human. The internet erupted, this time with shock, sadness, relief, debate. As Joy walked off that stage for the last time, she didn't look back. The humiliating argument had ended her tenure. But it also began something else. A reckoning with the power of words, the cost of pride, and the courage it takes to finally say, enough.